Hey YouTube, it's Grace and welcome to episode 29 of my series where I take every single painting from Minecraft and make them in real life. And this week I did the burning skull painting. This is one of the few that I've actually done a handful of times before, but I definitely think it turned out the best this time. And as always, don't forget that over on my Etsy I have tutorials and guides that you can download if you want to follow along and make these paintings for yourself. Absolutely no pressure to buy anything if you can't, but if you want to try making these paintings but you need something a little bit more detailed and in-depth compared to this video, then check those out. I'll have my Etsy linked in the description. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, second to last painting for this series, and I'm doing it on a 20 by 20 inch canvas. The burning skull design is 64 by 64 pixels. So to figure out the size of each pixel, we're taking 20 inches divided by 64 and getting 0.3125. So that is how many inches each pixel will be. This grid is a little bit ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but it'll get the job done. Next, I'm adding a thin layer of white paint just to keep the pencil from smearing or mixing with any of the other paints later, because I don't want to turn them gray by accident. I'm gonna let this dry overnight and then I'm gonna paint the border tomorrow. Now that this is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and use this super dark brown color on the border. To start out, I just mixed these three colors and I'm gonna block out the red, orange, and yellow parts of like the flames around the skull. And I feel like that's gonna make it easier to mark out where the skull is gonna be eventually. Ignore the mistake, but here is the progress so far. I also added the white and the black in addition to the flames, so you can already kind of see the outline of it. I'm currently mapping out a rough idea of the grass area. You can see it's very simple right now. Once I have the first and second coat done, I'll go back in and add a bunch more details and blending colors, but for now I'm just keeping it like this. I have a lighter green and a little bit of a darker medium green. These are very similar to the ones that I used for this painting, so I just kind of altered them slightly lighter or darker. But yeah, I'm just filling this in. The next colors I'm going to be adding are this medium and dark gray, and I'm going to be filling in the skull with them. I just mixed an even lighter gray with a little bit of tan in it, and next I'm going to fill that in. I'm working on the sky in the background now, so I have a dark blue and a little bit of a lighter blue, and I think I'm going to move over to this side now and do the moon. As you can see, there are a few different shades of blue here as well as white. Here is the first coat completely done. As you can see, most of these colors are very see-through still, so once they're dry, I definitely need to do a second coat and maybe even a third in some spots. But for the second coat, I will be leaving most of the colors the same. I'll just be working on cleaning up the lines and making everything more opaque. Here is the second coat completely done. As you can see, the lines are much cleaner and the paint is much more thick. There are still a few spots, mostly in the sky, that I think will need a third coat, but you can't really tell from far away. Otherwise, I just need to let this all dry and then add a bunch of blending and detail colors around the ground and the sky. First, I'm going to be blending these two colors together, and I do that by taking them in even parts, here you can see, and then I'll just mix these together to create a transition color, and then come back over here and use it to kind of gradient slash blend everything out. Okay, so a little time jump here. I blended the black with the dark green, and then I blended it with the dark blue, and then I also blended the dark blue with the medium blue. And even though I just added 3 different colors, I feel like it already looks so much more detailed and like interesting to look at. So I'm gonna do that same process down here with the grass, where I just take colors and mix them 50-50 to blend everything out. And here is the painting pretty much done. I am going to wait till tomorrow so I have better light so I can show you then. But once it's dry, I will show you the final reveal. And here is the painting completely done, completely dry, and in a bit better lighting the next day. I really like how this painting turned out. As I said at the beginning of this video, I have made it a handful of times before, but I feel like this one is by far the best. Here is a little bit of a close-up shot so you can see all of the blending colors and the details and like the gradients that I added. And here it is from a bit further back. I think it looks really cool. And here it is next to some of the other paintings I've made in this series and just other pixel art in general. Somebody sent me a glass painting they made of me, and honestly, I can't believe this is my life. This is so cool. But that just about concludes this video, so thank you so much for watching. If you were interested in seeing a better quality picture of this painting or any of the other art that I've made, check out my Instagram, my TikTok. I have tons of pictures and videos on there. I also recently made a Pinterest, so that is in the description as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in my next one, where I might be making the last painting for this series. Bye!